everyone, and hi Rinku.
Good afternoon, Archana.
A very good afternoon, and to all the viewers. I had been out last 1 week and so because of some family commitments. So that is the reason we missed last Friday. However, we are back. So, Rinku, today I really want you to take the lead forward with deciding on to what we're going to speak. And yes, I will be that guiding force behind.
Alrighty. So I think going with the theme of this month, Archana, that we picked, which is talking about future, mostly in work scenario. But I think that today the topic that we are picking up, which is being future ready, it's going to be applicable, I think, to everyone, whether you are a working professional or you are sitting at home, because the change is not selective, right?
Right.
Uh, the changes that we have seen through, all of us are facing it. It's not saving anyone.
Yes.
So I think this topic that we're talking about today, which is being future ready, is something that we want to talk about, and we have come up with some nice, very simplified acronym that we're going to use, which is VUCA. And so that's topic of today.
So, yes, we have VUCA today, and I'm not very surprised because some or the other we kind of pick up some acronym somewhere. So, yes.
Yeah. So actually, this acronym is very common in professional world, especially in psychology world. And I will go with the explanation of it just in a bit. But the reason why we want to pick this topic and why I think it is very important for us to address this is because, of course, the recent pandemic. Of course, that's something which is now an old story, and all of us are facing it. But future, we never know. You know what it is going to uncover for us. We're not sure, and I can see that all of us are more getting more and more apprehensive about and skeptical about the future. And Given the changes that we have recently seen and that we can foresee in future, you don't know what wave 3 is going to bring. So we can, there's too much of anxiety around. The system is bleeding of exhaustion. We are tired of taking those, not being able to take the decisions. Our mental faculties are challenged. We don't find ourselves free. We're very demotivated. So I think the environment as such is bleeding negativity, and so it's important for us to address it. And I hope today's conversation is going to help. So VUCA, how we'll do it is, let me just first explain the acronym. So the acronym VUCA stands for V. It means volatility, which means sudden and unexpected changes.
Yeah.
Okay. U is uncertainty. Of course, a lot of these changes are it's taken us to a place where we don't know, we are very unclear about what is going to happen, and there's a lot of confusion. Okay.
Right.
C is complexity. So much is intertwined together. Our personal, our professional, our sentiments around how people are reacting, everything is so intertwined that it's becoming very, very complicated. Even a small decision, it takes a lot for us to now take that decision, right? Number 4, which is A part of VUCA, which is ambiguity. And that is, again, things are not very clear. There's lack of clarity, there's lack of awareness about the future. So I think that's what VUCA means. And how I want to address in terms of how we can deal with this kind of VUCA is by taking two each and talking about some mindsets which are going to help. And you know how important it is for us to have that mindset, which, that's the basic, that's a game changer for anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
I think in the end, the mindset is all that matters. And like how you very, very beautifully explained VUCA, if we understand how mindfully we can come around or take care of certain aspects, it becomes easier,
True.
right?
True. So what is mindset? Mindset is about what is our attitude in terms of dealing with that. So let's get to the solution quickly, Archana, in benefit of time. So talking about the first part, the first two alphabets in VUCA, which is V and U. How do you handle volatility and the uncertainty part of it? I think there are two mindsets which can help. And the mindset that we're talking about here is being tolerant and being a visionary. I think that kind of mindset is very helpful. By tolerant, what we are saying is, first and foremost, as we always say, it's important for us to accept and embrace the change. And we should be able to tolerate whatever is happening around us. With that, we have to be calm. Whatever comes our way, I think one important mindset for us is that we have to be very, very calm. We have to not only embrace the change, but embrace whatever is happening in the environment around us. Maybe your people, your family, your friends, your customers, whoever you are dealing with. I think you have to be tolerant of the diversity and the diverse thought processes that are happening around you. That's very important. The other one is being visionary. And when I say visionary, we're not saying that, have a grand, profound vision. We're not talking about that. What we are saying is that just be directional. Have some long-term vision in place, that is where you want to go. Now, how it is going to help is that, let's say we know a big picture that I want to be so and so in next few years, or this is where I want to be. I want, come what may, I want to create joy around. Let's say that's my
Yeah.
vision. Okay. Uh, Now, if certain volatile or some uncertain situation comes our way, it is understood by being tolerant. We know that this is going to happen, and some of our smaller actions might shift. Right? We
Yeah.
may have to the game might change, but you still know which direction you are heading. So you'll not be completely lost in such situations. So I think it's important that we are tolerant and we are visionary, which means that you have a larger game plan in place. The smaller actions can shift here.
Yes.
So I think it will keep you still in, you will not still feel a loss of control. The next two part, which is about complexity and ambiguity, I think one thing which is very simple to do and which is very easy to do is have a mindset of being a seeker and creator. By seeker, we mean that you are being vigilant and curious.
Yeah.
What happens is, Archana, sometimes we go blind. We say, okay, I don't want to bother about anything, and it's okay, but you still need to be a little vigilant about what's coming your way. So be
Yes.
aware. And don't be paranoid about it, but be aware, be informed about what you can see in future. So that means seeker, which means you're agile, you're quick in adapting to the changes. So have that adaptability and agility in place, and be open. That can only happen if you're open for the change. And then being creator, I mean, when something suddenly comes your way and when it is so ambiguous, when you only know few facts and the larger space is unknown to you, or it is not unclear, it's not clear. What happens is that if you have to churn your creative side, and
Right.
by creative we mean that you can be thinking critically about a situation, which means have multiple perspective. So reason
True.
things, and it's okay to take your time to jump onto a decision. Like you don't have to be
Yeah.
impulsive. Um,
Yeah.
Critically evaluate the situation, what is that you need to work on, and reason it out, debate it with people, have multiple perspectives, and then go ahead with it. So I think I'm just repeating again: being tolerant, being visionary, a seeker mindset,
So,
and being a creator mindset. That could help us deal with a lot of VUCA that we see coming our way.
so what I gather from all this is the acceptance of VUCA is something that we need to understand because things are going to keep changing. There's going to be a sudden outburst of something or the other in our lives. However, if we learn to deal with it in an accepting manner, it becomes easier, right?
Absolutely. See, future is a mystery. We'll never know. It will unfold in its
Yeah.
own way. But yeah, we all we know is that we are now in a constant state of change, and that change is very fast paced. It's no more a luxury. It's like it's
Nice.
become a norm now that we are going to be going through these fast change, and the expectation from us is multifold. We have
Yeah.
experienced it, so there's nothing new in this.
So perfect. It sounds so amazing. And to all the people who have heard this, please understand your VUCA and accept it because that's the way forward. Also, we have this third wave news coming in. So it's very, very important that we consider VUCA more than ever right now because if we take the things into consideration now, it becomes easier for all of us as a community. So let's be mindful, let's be more creative, and let's be more accepted towards the change that we have in the future. So, with that note, Rinku, if you want to add something, otherwise, we would
I
wrap
think
up.
I think all these mindsets in the language seem complicated to people, but if you go by the simple definition of these, they are very simple concepts to follow. So we just try to make it easy for everyone, and that's why it's very short and crisp. But if they have questions, they can always reach out to us for sure.
Yes, please do reach out to us. We are always available, and we always, as always, we welcome you in our Talk Hotel family if you're new here. So, till then, see you next time. Bye bye.